na-deny yung visa ko. First time ko yun, tapos sobrang heartbreak ko. Parang na-trauma ako na ayoko na mag-apply ulit. Tapos ngayon, bumili na ako ng ticket and all, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos nag-apply ako. Tapos, na-deny yung visa ko. First time ko yun, tapos sobrang heartbreak ko. Parang na-trauma ako na ayoko na mag-apply ulit. Kasi kung yung ticket na bibiling ko, iniipon ko yung sahod ko, tapos ma-deny lang pala ako. Parang sayang yung pera ko. Sayang pera ko kasi round trip yun 20 plus k yun Isang buong sahod na yun, di ba? Parang ang dami mo na mapapakain dun. So, wala lang. Yun yung pinaka traumatic experience
Yung
para
hotel
sa
na
akin.
kabuka na nun.
Oo, kompleto na lahat. So, more than
Ilang
50k
araw ka
siguro.
dapat mag-stay na?
Isang linggo.
Yung time na na-invite ako sa Australia to attend yung
Kangaroo?
to attend a screening nung weekend. So parang it was me and one sa staff. Sabay kaming nag-apply ng visa. Tapos parang okay naman, parang smooth naman. Kasi 'di ba minsan parang hindi naman sa mahirap. I mean, minsan kasi pagka parang pag artist ka, pag kilala ka, may special treatment. So parang madalas siyang nangyayari. Medyo yung feeling, medyo thankful ka kasi parang dahil nga kilala ka, medyo smooth yung process mo. Pero on the other side, pag nakikita mo yung ibang tao na hihirapan, parang ba't ganun pagka porket artista or kakilala, parang alam mo yun, may special treatment, pero pag normal citizen, parang very challenging. Parang ganun lang yung pumapasok sa isip.
Sa proseso.
Sa process.
Pero sa pag-approve, hindi naman.
Hindi kasi, ang nangyari, ako nabigyan ng visa, like after 2 days, 3 days, approve. Pero yung kasabay kong staff na nag-apply ng visa, hindi siya na-approve. Like, ang daming follow-up, wala. Tapos hanggang sa ending, ako lang yung natuloy pumunta nang walang kasama. Pagka inisip mo siya, parang bakit may mga ganong instances na nangyayari? To think na, alam mo yun, minsan mapapaisip kay ano yung mali sa tama or ano yung kulang sa hindi. May mga ganon. For sure, may mga ganong experiences din sila na kahit anong tanong nyo, wala namang sagot kasi never naman siyang alam mo yun, na nabigyan ng sagot. So, ayun yung personal experience ko. Na sabi ko, parang ang hirap naman pala nun kung wala akong trabaho, madali lang sa akin for me mag-travel. Pero kung trabaho siya, tapos wala kang kasama, tapos hindi ko alam yung gagawin doon, medyo, mahirap siya. So, yun yung pinaka-personal experience sa visa application.
For the whole experience of SB19, siguro ang pinaka-ano ko lang dyan, we've been giving so much. Ako, I personally love our country. Sobrang mahal ko ang Pilipinas. Pero sometimes parang medyo napapaano ka na, parang bakit nga gano'n, no? Ang dami mong ginagawa, pero parang hindi pa rin ako consider. Or yun, tulad ng mga challenges na hinaharap natin kapag magtutour tayo, na minsan kulang-kulang, bungi-bungi yung team, and last minute lahat. I understand, I always try to understand na nasa third world country tayo, ang economy natin at syempre ang differences natin from ibang bansa malayo. Pero I just feel bad, not just for me, but ako, dami kong kaibigan siguro na naging same problems. So, I even had one time na parang, although this is a family trip, na-deny nga yung family ko. Nasayang din lahat ng katulad doon sa'yo. Parang binuk ko. And non-refundable. High hopes kasi ako na laging maganda yung mangyayari. Lalo na may position ka na or siguro may ginagawa ka na for the country, di ba? Nakaka-frustrate lang minsan na not to put anyone down or pero or hindi naman dapat sisihin, pero feeling ko lang na outdated yung sistema na meron tayo as of now.
Wala kang kwento? Wala kang kwento sa visa.
Hindi akong kwento, di ako bumiyahe.
Kasi lagi natin sinasabi na ang mga Pinoy sobrang talentado. Pero dito sa Pilipinas, parang ano bang tawag doon? Underemployed or alam mo yun yung parang lumilipad pa sila sa ibang bansa. Kasi doon nila na-achieve yung syempre siguro yung value ng binibigay ng service. Pero dito, pwede naman dito gawin kung merong may opportunities or maayos.
Equal yung
yun nga,
balik.
kailangan pa nila lumipad. Diba? Syempre mahirap yun for everyone na iwan mo yung family mo para mag-aaral ka ng bagong culture, makikisama ka doon sa ibang bansa. Although, let's speak English also. Alright. Tapos, ayun lang, parang ano ba yung tanong?
Speak English, okay.
Can we go back to the question again? Yun lang. Tapos, di ba, syempre, yung mga athletes natin, yun, nabanggit ko last time, si Alex Ayala,
Yeah.
na yung sa tennis. Tapos, parang na may nabasa akong interview na it's so hard for her as an athlete na sa visa rin. Kumbaga,
she needs to compete.
i-represent mo na lang yung Pilipinas sa trabaho ko. Tapos, ang dami pang parang inaasikaso or aberya sa pag-asikaso ng visa.
Honestly, ang daming kong naging kaibigan na gamers, di ba? But they consider as athletes kasi nga ganun din naman yung ginagawa nila. As in, lagi silang nade-deny kapag kapag
Talaga.
mga international tournaments. Kaya parang nagiging malaking issue na siya.
Represent pa. No?
Sa mga ganung bagay, I think dapat may mangyari sa government or sa sistema para naman mapadali yung proseso ng paglipad talaga. Kasi parang yung karangalan ng bansa is karangalan naman ng lahat eh. Yun yung pinaka-example ko kasi pinapanood ko yung mga matches niya ngayon. Kakapanalo niya lang din. So, parang kung isipin mo, if we have the opportunities here, di na sana kailangan lumipad
Yeah.
ng matindi, no? Lalo na sa mga normal Filipino workers.
Especially for the creatives.
Yung creatives, di ba? Parang
Yeah.
tayo ka rin, nakalipad tayo. Tapos hindi nakalipad yung magbibideo sa atin. GG talaga.
Parang they see a lot more opportunities outside the Philippines.
Lalo na ko rin, kasi may collaboration tayo sa ibang artist, sa ibang bansa. Tapos lilipad din yung team natin para gumawa ng music video. O paano kung na-deny sila?
Ano kasi Jessica, so
Invisible cages na tayo.
personally, like what I've said earlier, I think it's the outdated systems that we're currently facing. As someone na maraming complain, marami lang lagi ako napapansin dun sa mga nangyayari. And it feels a little bit disheartening whenever you go through those kinds of, diba, situations. But since I am a born fighter, I always try to just solve it na lang na ano. I always try to solve it in a way na kaya. But when we think about it, it's a lot of diba, parang a lot of the Filipinos are always saying that it's really hard to be a Filipino. It's really hard to be here or to really love your country. But I just want to tell you guys, you should always love your country, no matter what. But let's help siguro together. Let's help each other to fix the stuff that we're currently facing.
There are lots of things to celebrate Philippines for.
Yes.
But there are also lots of things to be, that we have to fix. Diba? Parang yung iba talaga, it's really hard to stomach. Stomach. What do you think?
I think it's the struggle of doing even the simplest things here in the Philippines. So, for
Everything,
example,
right?
yeah. So, like
Lining up.
lining up,
Requirements.
transportations, requirements.
Mag-apply ng ID,
Yeah,
tapos you need
IDs.
another ID.
You need another IDs. Getting anything is like from the simplest things. It's really hard to do here in the Philippines. And
First time mo
that's
magtrabaho,
what's
tapos kailangan
invisible.
experience. Kailangan ng 4 years
Even
experience.
the getting a schedule to get to get a visa or passport, parang it's hard to get it. Like especially right now, there's a lot of people that needs to get it then. And then when you arrive there, they will ask a lot of requirements. Nawala ka naman, kaya ka nga nandun because you need that, pero they'll ask for it. So parang ano nangyari sa system?
But actually, it's good that right now somehow we are like using the advantage of technology, the internet, online schedules, getting passing the requirements online. But I feel like with the advancement all over the world in general, still Philippines is not that advanced.
Yeah.
I think we could still maximize using the internet, online requirements, the systems.
Yeah.
We could invest more with like the online systems that we have. So passing the requirements, using anything online, so that since we're struggling with the transportations and all that, I think we could still maximize that. But yeah.
Or maybe even the tangible things na kailangan for a visa or to fly. Kasi I have a good friend, si John, yung nabalita siya kasi may konting punit yung passport niya. His passport has a slight tear, and he was offloaded. or maybe isolated. He was not allowed to fly because there's a slight tear on his passport, and I think that's absurd. Compared to the people that we know, their passport is cardboard. It's a very durable one. So I mean, if we pay taxes, it should have been a better the quality of the passport. Of course, if you're a frequent flyer, it will be really hard or to maintain the quality of the passport. For me, before I tried to buy what do you call it passport holder, but people or the immigration always tell you to remove it or don't put anything like that because it messes with how they scan how it's scanned in the machines and how they look at it and put it inside. So you don't know how you will like adjust to these kinds of things because all you have I think what you need to do is really take care or do not fly anymore. Do not fly anymore for your passport not to get damaged, right? So yeah, I think it's a very a great discussion for all the Filipinos to for our system to be quite fixed. I forgot honestly I forgot, but during that time you were shooting a certain brand ad and we were dancing.
Parang naalala ko.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
hotdog.
yeah.
Shoot. Narinig
Yeah.
kita nun eh.
Yeah. So I
Beef! Mga ganun-ganun ka sa gilid. Beef!
I just thought of but the initial idea is yeah I heard melody and then I just thought that Ian, there's a lot of things to celebrate for being Filipino, and definitely I love the Philippines. I'd like to live here. Yes, I like to live here, but there are also like Noipi 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 something like that. So that's the whole point. That's where the whole concept of visa revolved.
Have
And
you shared
then-
the meaning of that? Noity, 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 noity.
I think the
Noity,
fans
noity,
have
noity, noity.
like they were able to
Decode it.
decode
The meaning of that
the
part.
meaning of that part.
Mm.
People might say we're apolitical or not, but I think everything's political.
Yeah.
You do things because you experience things and you
Yeah.
want to change things for all the people to like have a better life, and that's connected to everything that we do.
Excuse me.
So it's really impossible to be apolitical. So yeah, I guess but this time in Visa with the song that we just released, just want to really tell all the people in the world outright that with our voice and with our influence we want to raise questions or raise
Malapit na
discussion about the things that we've been experiencing.
Sa susunod na halalan, we're gonna vote for apples.
What?
As apoliticals.
Okay.
Next.
Malapit na mag
It's really hard to give a lot. I mean, I don't know if we are really seeing the benefit or the benefits of what we have been doing, or the people siguro above us sees what we have been trying to achieve, and we'd like to actually catch their attention in order for everyone to syempre have the I'm not gonna say na parang dapat ganito may privilege tayo may ano, but if you're doing so much for your goal and the country, siguro at least a little bit of consideration when it comes to these things. Na kasi for us, especially for athletes, creatives, and other people who have been exporting these stuff, parang we could have used that time for other mas importanteng, it could be something like an event, or maybe we should a craft, pero we always tend to kailangan maglaan kami ng a lot of time to get those requirements, to get a lot of stuff na para ma-represent mo lang yung bansa mo. Lagi sinasabi ng mga tao, SB19 or ibang artist, kayo na yan eh. But how about us together as Filipinos, di ba? And as Filipinos na magkakasama tayo na ginagawa yung dapat para sa country natin, siguro mas malakas yun. if ever na nagsama-sama tayo, we treat siguro ourselves, or siguro we treat the athletes, creatives, and artists as a team, more than an enemy.
Siguro nasabi ko to kasi from before, I think we've been very vocal naman with the topics na nilalagay ni Pablo sa songs or sa mga stories namin. But I think this time, more on the new era, I think it's more of we're ready to face anything. Like we don't give shit anymore, parang ganun. Hindi, I mean okay naman kami, pero kasi I think sa panahon ngayon, kasalanan ng pumikit kapag namulat ka, parang ganun. So, hindi, I mean, 'di ba tama naman kung kung alam mo na tapos wala kang gagawin to change yung mali, parang hahayaan mo na lang. I think we're ready to be like to face kung ano man yung big challenges na i-face pa namin or kung sino man yung hindi naman kami nandito para banggain kung sino yung mga nasa taas or anything but we're here to correct things lang. If we have the influence, we have the voice, why not gamitin siya sa magandang bagay to help not only the people na nagsasuffer but of course lahat ng tao na nakaka-experience and gustong mabago yung mali, di ba? So, I think itong era na to is not just being SB19 being very strong or pagiging vocal, but I think we care more about not with our artistry but also with what's happening in our country. Kung saan kami nakatira kasi hindi lang naman kami ang benefit dito. It's for everyone. So, it's best if we help each other to change kung ano yung mali and we will do our thing, do your thing, and let's help each other to create a better world for everyone. So,
Yeah.
we are the world. We are the children. Let's support each other to make a brighter day. So
Alright.
let's start
I just wanted to
it.
share, London, because I just wanted to share that the message that the song wanted to bring, because we know that Filipinos are really skillful. During the tour, everywhere we go, there's a Filipino working as a businessman, as a health worker, and so many works that
Many
they can
kinds
do.
of
Yeah,
job.
and they're skillful enough. And I think that talent or skill of the Filipinos should have give us like privilege, or actually we can really empower Philippines by that if we were able to really choose the right people or like unite Filipinos to make a better system. And because I feel like the skills that we have usually go to waste because of not
Being supported.
supported by the country, the system. So
Or even fellows.
or even, yeah. So I feel like we could earn the privilege of not having so much. Not requiring a visa if we could really maximize the skills of the Filipinos. So I hope that that message would really be understood by the listeners of the song Visa.
It's kind of like a sarcasm song, so
Can describe
I
the
really like
production
it. I
as
really like it.
unconventional and orthodox.
bakit ako nag-ano? Ikaw nag-produce na ito?
Hindi, the way lang. Siyempre, artist ka eh. Iba
Yeah.
naman yung pagkanta sa demo sa pagkaway ng interpretation. Kaya iba paliwanag.
It's a sarcasm song. We're not really bound to anything. Like you should sing it like this, you should sing it like that. It's just like, it's really how you feel about the song, that you could really express what you really feel. So yeah, whenever we record song, like, okay, beep. Okay, I just wanted to share. I just wanted to say that I hope that the song will give you a lot of inspiration or like motivation to speak up, because we are all paying taxes here. So I'm really really frustrated because like everybody's paying taxes. We're not getting like the system, like
Enough bag.
what you said a while ago. Our system is outdated. So we're all paying taxes. So don't be afraid to speak up, because I think it's your right. So speak up. Don't be scared.
I just want to share because here in the Philippines, like really, people really play on sarcasm, and sometimes for you to be able to put out or maybe say your sentiments, you try to say it as a joke. To soften the blow
Or not to offend anyone.
not to offend anyone.
I think people should really practice it,
Alright.
not to sugarcoat anything. You know.
I think that, I mean, it's very cultural. I think some
So
people
to
could
me,
really do it
to me,
directly.
like personally, I would really love people
Aww.
say anything to me like in a real honest way, rather than like seeing it as a joke, because that's a lot more offensive
For
me.
you.
Yeah, for me.
For other people.
I'm like that's why I'm saying that they should learn.
They should learn,
take,
alright.
They should learn to take
It-
something like that.
The world will be much easier if people are like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, for other people, because if I try to say, or let's say you did something, your work is ugly, it's easier for me to accept it. But some people get demoralized.
I think
or
I think it should not be something like
And
that's
they're-
ugly. It should be like
kindness.
I mean, like, oh, you should do it like this, like kind of like education,
Then
like
maybe we should change his life.
should-
Oh,
some-
this is ugly.
something that you
It's
can
not
learn
wrong.
from.
Yeah.
You
So
cannot say that.
so when you say something, it should be treated
Something.
with kindness. But I guess what we would like to tell everyone is to really use your voice. Like really, if you have something in mind, discuss everything. Like, but do it with kindness, because
Yeah.
like everybody has a different opinions,
Don't be
and
afraid
if you're trying to prove a
Like me,
point,
I'm a rainbow.
prove a point, it'll be much easier if you're not shoving it into people's mouths or people's ears. You should come from a place of compassion and understanding and
love.
kindness, para mas ma-vocalize mo yung punto mo, mas makinig yung mga tao sa'yo.